Question 1. What age must Canadian citizens be to have the right to vote in federal elections? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer. B. 18. Canadian citizens who are 18 years of age or older on election day have the right to vote. Question 2. Which document guarantees the democratic rights of Canadian citizens? A. The British North America Act. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. C. The Federal Accountability Act. D. The Bill of Rights. Answer. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. This document guarantees the democratic rights of Canadians, including the right to vote. Question 3. Who has the right to run for elected office in federal elections in Canada? A. Any resident of Canada. B. Canadian citizens over the age of 18. C. Permanent residents. D. Any Commonwealth citizen residing in Canada. Answer. B. Canadian citizens over the age of 18. Canadian citizens who are at least 18 years old on election day have the right to run for office. Question 4. How often must federal elections be held in Canada? A. At least every 4 years. B. Every 5 years. C. Whenever the Prime Minister calls one. D. At least every 6 years. Answer. A. At least every 4 years. According to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, federal elections are to be held at least every 4 years. Question 5. What principle is Canada's electoral system based on? A. Proportional representation. B. A single transferable vote. C. First past the post. D. Mixed member proportional representation. Answer. C. First past the post. Canada's electoral system is based on the first past the post principle, where the candidate with the most votes wins the electoral district. Question 6. What is the supreme law of Canada that incorporates all basic principles of the Canadian legal system? A. The Criminal Code. B. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. C. The Constitution Act, 1982. D. The Bill of Rights, 1960. Answer. C. The Constitution Act, 1982. The Constitution Act, 1982, which includes the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, is the supreme law of Canada and incorporates all basic principles of the Canadian legal system. Question 7. Which Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms section guarantees the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty? A. Section 6. B. Section 7. C. Section 11. D. Section 15. Answer. C. Section 11 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees that any person charged with an offense has the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty according to law in a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal. Question 8. In Canada's legal system, what is the highest court of appeal? A. The Federal Court of Canada. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. C. The Court of Queen's Bench. D. The Provincial Courts. Answer. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. The Supreme Court of Canada is the highest court and final court of appeal in the Canadian judicial system. Question 9. What is the legal framework in Canada that protects individuals from hate speech and discrimination? A. The Human Rights Act. B. The Civil Liberties Act. C. The Equality Act. D. The Canadian Human Rights Act. Answer. D. The Canadian Human Rights Act. The Canadian Human Rights Act sets out to protect individuals from discrimination and hate speech based on race, gender, disability, and other grounds. Question 10. Who appoints judges to the Supreme Court of Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Queen. D. The Minister of Justice. Answer. A. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of Canada appoints judges to the Supreme Court of Canada after consultation with the legal community and other levels of government. Question 11. What animal is featured on the Canadian Quarter? A. Moose. B. Beaver. C. Caribou. D. Loon. Answer: C. Caribou. The Canadian Quarter traditionally features a caribou, which is one of Canada's most recognized national symbols. Question 12. Which tree is symbolized on the Canadian flag? A. Oak. B. Maple. C. Birch. D. Pine. Answer: B. Maple. The maple leaf is prominently displayed at the center of the Canadian flag and is a well-known symbol of Canada. Question 13. The coat of arms of Canada includes which two languages? A. English and French. B. English and Latin. C. French and Latin. D. English and Spanish. Answer: C. French and Latin. The motto on Canada's coat of arms, "A Mary Usque ad Mare," is Latin for "from sea to sea," and "Desiderans Meliorem Patriam," also Latin, means "they desire a better country." French is used in the royal motto "Dieu et mon droit," God and my right. Question 14. What is the official summer sport of Canada? A. Ice hockey. B. Lacrosse. C. Basketball. D. Soccer. Answer: B. Lacrosse. While ice hockey is the official winter sport, lacrosse holds the title of Canada's official summer sport. Question 15. Which of the following symbols is featured on the Canadian $10 bill? A. The Blue Nose Schooner. B. A polar bear. C. The Canadian Rocky Mountains. D. The Peace Tower. Answer: A. The Blue Nose Schooner. The Canadian $10 bill features the Blue Nose Schooner, a famous Canadian racing and fishing vessel. Question 16. In Canada, jury duty is A. A voluntary service. B. A responsibility for those who are interested in law. C. A right for Canadian citizens. D. A civic duty for Canadian citizens. Answer: D. Jury duty is a civic duty for Canadian citizens. When called upon, serving on a jury is a legal obligation and an important role in the Canadian judicial system. Question 17. Voting in elections is A. Mandatory for all citizens. B. A right and a responsibility for Canadian citizens. C. Only a right for Canadian citizens. D. Not allowed for citizens under 25. Answer: B. Voting in elections is both a right and a responsibility for Canadian citizens. It is a fundamental way to participate in the democratic process. Question 18. Paying taxes in Canada is A. Recommended but not required. B. Only for those earning above a certain income. C. A legal requirement for all residents. D. A responsibility of Canadian citizenship. Answer: D. Paying taxes is a responsibility of Canadian citizenship. Taxes fund government services and programs. Question 19. What is expected of Canadian citizens in regards to the law? A. To know and obey only federal laws. B. To know and obey only the laws in their province or territory. C. To know and obey Canadian laws, whether federal, provincial, or municipal. D. To participate in the creation of new laws. Answer: C. Canadian citizens are expected to know and obey Canadian laws, whether federal, provincial, or municipal. Question 20. What is a fundamental responsibility of Canadian citizens regarding the rights of others? A. To advocate for the rights of others in court. B. To respect the rights and freedoms of others. C. To inform the government of any rights violations. D. To participate in human rights tribunals. Answer: B. Respecting the rights and freedoms of others is a fundamental responsibility of Canadian citizens. It is part of maintaining a peaceful and fair society. Question 21. Which Indigenous peoples are known for their totem pole and potlatch ceremonies? A. Inuit. B. Métis. C. Haida. D. Anishinaabe. Answer C. Haida. The Haida, along with other indigenous groups of the Pacific Northwest, are known for their totem pole carvings and potlatch ceremonies. Question 22. The Inuit people are indigenous to which Canadian region? A. The Prairies. B. The Great Lakes. C. The Canadian Arctic. D. The Atlantic Coast. Answer C. The Canadian Arctic. The Inuit are indigenous to the Arctic regions of Canada, known for their unique cultural practices adapted to the cold environment. Question 23. The term Métis refers to people of mixed descent from which two groups? A. French and Anishinaabe. B. European and Inuit. C. First Nations and French. D. British and Cree. Answer C. First Nations and French. The Métis are people of mixed Indigenous and primarily French descent, with a unique culture that emerged in the West and Central North America during the fur trade era. Question 24. Which historical event is marked by the Métis under the leadership of Louis Riel? A. The Nisga'a Treaty. B. The Red River Resistance. C. The Battle of the Plains of Abraham. D. The Charlottetown Conference. Answer B. The Red River Resistance. The Red River Resistance in 1869 to 1870, led by Louis Riel, was a pivotal event in the history of the Métis people and led to the establishment of Manitoba as a province. Question 25. The residential school system primarily affected children from which group in Canada? A. European immigrants. B. Inuit. C. Indigenous peoples. D. French Canadians. Answer C. Indigenous peoples. Indigenous children were the primary victims of the residential school system, which aimed to assimilate them into Canadian society, often with tragic results. Question 26. What landmark decision did the Supreme Court of Canada make regarding Indigenous land rights in 1997? A. The Patriation Reference. B. The Marshall Decision. C. The Delgamuukw Decision. D. The Calder Case. Answer C. The Delgamuukw Decision. The Supreme Court's Delgamuukw decision in 1997 affirmed that Indigenous land rights, including title, have not been extinguished. Question 27. Which of the following is a traditional form of transportation for the Inuit? A. Canoe. B. Dog sled. C. Snowmobile. D. Kayak. Answer B. Dog sled. Traditionally, the Inuit used dog sleds as a form of winter transportation across the snow-covered landscapes. Question 28. What is the name of the historic agreement that recognized Inuit self-government in northern Canada? A. Charlottetown Accord. B. Meech Lake Accord. C. Nunavut Land Claims Agreement. D. Nisga'a Treaty. Answer C. Nunavut Land Claims Agreement. This agreement led to the creation of Nunavut as a separate territory with self-government for the Inuit. Question 29. The powwow is a cultural celebration that features music, dance, and traditional dress primarily associated with which peoples? A. Métis. B. Inuit. C. First Nations. D. Acadians. Answer C. First Nations. Powwows are social gatherings held by many different First Nations communities that feature ceremonial dances, music, and other cultural expressions. Question 30. Which language group encompasses many of the Indigenous languages spoken in the Eastern Woodlands, including Mohawk and Oneida? A. Algonquian. B. Iroquoian. C. Athabascan. D. Siouan. Answer B. Iroquoian. The Iroquoian language group includes several languages spoken by indigenous peoples of the eastern woodlands. Question 31. Which city is recognized as the first permanent French settlement in Canada? A. Quebec City. B. Montreal. C. Trois-Rivières. D. Halifax. Answer A. Quebec City. Founded in 1608 by Samuel de Champlain, Quebec City is recognized as the first permanent French settlement in what would become Canada. Question 32. The British conquest of New France was concluded with the signing of which treaty? A. The Treaty of Paris, 1763. B. The Treaty of Utrecht, 1713. C. The Treaty of Versailles, 1783. D. The Treaty of Ghent, 1814. Answer A. The Treaty of Paris, 1763. The Treaty of Paris ended the 7 Years' War and marked the British conquest of New France. Question 33. The Hudson's Bay Company, established by the British, was primarily created to A. Settle new colonies. B. Trade with indigenous peoples. C. Conduct scientific research. D. Promote British culture. Answer B. Trade with indigenous peoples. The Hudson's Bay Company was established in 1670 and was primarily involved in the fur trade with indigenous peoples. Question 34. Who was the French explorer that claimed Canada for France in 1534? A. Jacques Cartier. B. Samuel de Champlain. C. Louis Jolliet. D. René Robert Cavelier, Sieur de La Salle. Answer A. Jacques Cartier. Jacques Cartier claimed what is now Canada for France during his first voyage in 1534. Question 35. What was the main economic activity of New France? A. Gold mining. B. The fur trade. C. Shipbuilding. D. Tobacco farming. Answer B. The fur trade. The fur trade was the main economic activity in New France, driving European interest in the region. Question 36. The Battle of the Plains of Abraham, which was pivotal to the fate of New France, took place in what year? A. 1608. B. 1701. C. 1759. D. 1812. Answer C. 1759. The Battle of the Plains of Abraham in 1759 near Quebec City was a decisive battle that led to the British control of New France. Question 37. Acadians are French settlers who were primarily based in which region of Canada? A. Ontario. B. Nova Scotia. C. Quebec. D. Newfoundland. Answer B. Nova Scotia. Acadians were French settlers in what is now Nova Scotia and parts of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Maine. Question 38. The Royal Proclamation of 1763, issued by the British Crown, primarily aimed to A. Encourage French settlers to return to France. B. Organize administration of the new British territories. C. Establish English as the only official language. D. Ban the fur trade with indigenous peoples. Answer B. Organize administration of the new British territories. The Royal Proclamation of 1763 laid the foundation for the administration of the newly acquired territory after the fall of New France and established protocols for new settlements and trade with indigenous peoples. Question 39. Which French explorer established the first inland European settlement at Port Royal? A. Marc Lescarbot. B. Pierre Dugas, Sieur de Mons. C. Jacques Cartier. D. Jean Talon. Answer B. Pierre Dugas, Sieur de Mons. In 1605, he established the settlement of Port Royal in the Acadia region, which is now part of Nova Scotia. Question 40. What was the name of the French fort captured by the British, marking the beginning of British military dominance in North America? A. Fort Frontenac. B. Fort Louisbourg. C. Fort Rouillé. D. Fort St. Louis. Answer. B. Fort Louisbourg. The capture of Fort Louisbourg in 1758 by British forces was a significant event that preceded the fall of Quebec and marked the beginning of British military dominance in North America. Question 41. What year was the Canadian Confederation formed? A. 1867. B. 1871. C. 1885. D. 1898. Answer. A. 1867. The Canadian Confederation was formed on July 1, 1867, when the British North America Act came into effect. Question 42. Which was the first province to join Confederation after the original four? A. British Columbia. B. Manitoba. C. Prince Edward Island. D. Newfoundland. Answer. B. Manitoba. Manitoba was the first province to join after the original four, becoming a province on July 15, 1870. Question 43. Who is known as the Father of Confederation for his leading role in bringing the provinces together? A. George Asian Cartier. B. Alexander Mackenzie. C. John A. Macdonald. D. Charles Tupper. Answer. C. John A. Macdonald, Sir John A. Macdonald is known as one of the Fathers of Confederation for his significant role in the Confederation process and as the first Prime Minister of Canada. Question 44. The Charlottetown Conference of 1864 was a meeting of delegates from the colonies of British North America to discuss A. Independence from Great Britain. B. Union of the Maritime Colonies only. C. The creation of the Canadian Pacific Railway. D. A federation of the British North American colonies. Answer. D. A federation of the British North American colonies. The Charlottetown Conference discussed the idea of a union of the British North American colonies, which led to the formation of Canada. Question 45. The British North America Act 1867 was an act of which legislative body? A. The Canadian Parliament. B. The United States Congress. C. The British Parliament. D. The French Parliament. Answer. C. The British Parliament. The British North America Act, which created the Dominion of Canada, was passed by the British Parliament. Question 46. Which document served as Canada's Constitution until the Canada Act, 1982? A. The British North America Act. B. The Constitution Act. C. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms. D. The Declaration of Independence. Answer. A. The British North America Act. The British North America Act served as the Constitution of Canada until it was patriated to become the Constitution Act, 1982. Question 47. What was the main reason for the union of the British colonies in North America? A. To strengthen the colonies against the threat of American expansion. B. To establish a single currency. C. To promote free trade with Europe. D. To abolish the French language and culture. Answer. A. To strengthen the colonies against the threat of American expansion. The Union was partly motivated by political and economic reasons, including the need to strengthen the colonies against the threat of American expansion. Question 48. The term Dominion in Dominion of Canada was chosen to indicate A. Canada's domination over other countries. B. Canada's independence from Great Britain. C. Canada's status as a sovereign kingdom. D. Canada's confederation under the sovereignty of the British Crown. Answer. D. Canada's confederation under the sovereignty of the British Crown. The term Dominion indicated Canada's status as a self-governing colony within the British Empire. Question 49. What major event influenced the provinces of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia to consider a union with the Canadas? A. The War of 1812. B. The American Civil War. C. The Great Depression. D. The end of the Napoleonic Wars. Answer: B. The American Civil War. The events and economic circumstances surrounding the American Civil War influenced the maritime provinces to consider union. Question 50. Which province was the last to join Canada, completing the Confederation as it stands today? A. Alberta. B. Saskatchewan. C. Newfoundland and Labrador. D. Yukon. Answer: C. Newfoundland and Labrador. Newfoundland and Labrador was the last province to join Canada in 1949, completing the Confederation. Question 51. What major event in 1869 to 1870 led to the establishment of the province of Manitoba? A. The Charlottetown Conference. B. The Red River Rebellion. C. The Great Fire of Toronto. D. The Klondike Gold Rush. Answer: B. The Red River Rebellion. The Red River Rebellion, led by Louis Riel, was a significant event that resulted in the establishment of the province of Manitoba. Question 52. The completion of which major infrastructure project in 1885 was crucial to Canada's growth and the settlement of the West? A. The Trans-Canada Highway. B. The Canadian Pacific Railway. C. The Welland Canal. D. The Street Lawrence Seaway. Answer: B. The Canadian Pacific Railway. The completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway was crucial to Canada's growth, facilitating the settlement of the West and becoming a symbol of national unity. Question 53. The term "the last best West" refers to which Canadian government campaign? A. The campaign to promote immigration to Eastern Canada. B. The campaign to promote the settlement of the Canadian West. C. The campaign to establish national parks in Western Canada. D. The campaign for Western Provinces' independence. Answer: B. The campaign to promote the settlement of the Canadian West. The Last Best West was a campaign by the Canadian government to populate the Western prairies and offer agricultural opportunities. Question 54. During the early 20th century, what was the main reason for a significant increase in Canadian immigration? A. Discovery of oil in Alberta. B. The need for soldiers during World War I. C. Economic prosperity and free land offers. D. Expansion of the fur trade. Answer: C. Economic prosperity and free land offers. The early 20th century saw a boom in Canadian immigration due to economic prosperity and offers of free land to settlers, particularly in the western provinces. Question 55. What was the main consequence of the British North America Act in terms of Canada's growth? A. It prompted the secession of Quebec. B. It allowed for the gradual creation of new provinces and territories. C. It resulted in the immediate annexation of Alaska. D. It led to the decline of British influence in Canada. Answer: B. It allowed for the gradual creation of new provinces and territories. The British North America Act provided a framework for the expansion of Canada, allowing for the introduction of new provinces and territories over time. Question 56. Which event in 1982 significantly changed the constitutional landscape of Canada? A. The signing of NAFTA. B. The patriation of the Canadian Constitution. C. The Meech Lake Accord. D. The establishment of Nunavut. Answer: B. The patriation of the Canadian Constitution. In 1982, Canada gained full sovereignty over its constitution through patriation, which included the new Constitution Act and the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Question 57. What was the significance of the Official Languages Act, enacted in 1969? A. It declared English as the sole official language of Canada. B. It made both English and French the official languages of Canada. C. It recognized Indigenous languages as official languages. D. It abolished French as an official language in Canada. Answer B. It made both English and French the official languages of Canada. The Official Languages Act recognized the equal status of English and French in the federal government. Question 58. Which Prime Minister introduced the policy of multiculturalism in Canada in the 1970s? A. Lester B. Pearson. B. Pierre Trudeau. C. Brian Mulroney. D. John Diefenbaker. Answer B. Pierre Trudeau. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau introduced the policy of multiculturalism in 1971, which affirmed the value and dignity of all Canadian citizens regardless of their racial or ethnic origins, their language, or their religious affiliation. Question 59. The October Crisis of 1970 was a response to the actions of which group? A. The Quebec Liberation Front, QLF. B. The Front de Liberation du Québec, FLQ. C. The Canadian Patriotic Movement, CPM. D. The Nationalist Canadian Front, NCF. Answer B. The Front de Liberation du Québec, FLQ. The October Crisis occurred after the FLQ kidnapped British diplomat James Cross and Quebec Minister Pierre Laporte, leading to the only peacetime use of the War Measures Act in Canadian history. Question 60. In what year did Canada celebrate its 100th anniversary, also known as the Centennial? A. 1967. B. 1977. C. 1987. D. 1997. Answer A. 1967. Canada celebrated its centennial in 1967, marking 100 years since Confederation with events and projects across the country, including Expo 67 in Montreal. Question 61. What is the largest sector of Canada's economy? A. Agriculture. B. Services. C. Manufacturing. D. Natural resources. Answer B. Services. The service sector is the largest part of Canada's economy, with industries such as retail, education, and healthcare playing significant roles. Question 62. Which trade agreement was signed by Canada, the United States, and Mexico to establish a trilateral trade bloc in North America? A. The Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA. B. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. C. The Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. D. The Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, USMA. Answer B. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. NAFTA was signed in 1994 and was replaced by CUSMA, also known as USMCA, in 2020. Question 63. What is the significance of the Athabasca oil sands? A. It is the site of Canada's first gold rush. B. It is a major source of renewable energy. C. It is one of the world's largest deposits of bitumen and heavy oil. D. It is a protected national park. Answer C. It is one of the world's largest deposits of bitumen and heavy oil. The Athabasca oil sands in Alberta is a major contributor to Canada's oil production. Question 64. Canada is one of the world's largest exporters of which agricultural product? A. Rice. B. Wheat. C. Coffee. D. Citrus fruits. Answer B. Wheat. Canada is one of the world's largest exporters of wheat, which is a staple food in many countries. Question 65. What has been a major factor in the economic development of Canada's Atlantic provinces? A. Silicon Valley-style tech hubs. B. The aerospace industry. C. Offshore oil and gas production. D. Large-scale automobile manufacturing. Answer C. Offshore oil and gas production. The discovery and development of offshore oil and gas reserves have significantly contributed to the economy of Atlantic Canada, particularly in Newfoundland and Labrador. Question 66. Which Canadian region is known for its significant Francophone population and cultural influence? A. The Prairies. B. British Columbia. C. Atlantic Canada. D. Quebec. Answer: D. Quebec. Quebec is known for its significant Francophone population and is the center of French-Canadian culture. Question 67. The oil sands of Fort McMurray are located in which Canadian region? A. Northern Territories. B. Atlantic Canada. C. Alberta. D. Saskatchewan. Answer: C. Alberta. The oil sands of Fort McMurray are a significant part of Alberta's economy, which is in the western part of Canada. Question 68. Which region of Canada is known for its historical significance in the country's maritime industry and fishing economy? A. The Prairies. B. British Columbia. C. Atlantic Canada. D. Ontario. Answer: C. Atlantic Canada. Atlantic Canada, particularly Newfoundland and the Maritime Provinces, has a long history with the fishing industry and maritime trade. Question 69. The Canadian Shield, rich in minerals and forests, covers a large part of which region? A. The Prairies. B. Northern Canada. C. Ontario and Quebec. D. British Columbia. Answer: C. Ontario and Quebec. The Canadian Shield is a vast geological shield covered by a thin layer of soil that has a significant presence in Ontario and Quebec. Question 70. Which region of Canada is known for being the hub of the country's financial and industrial sectors? A. Quebec. B. The Prairies. C. Ontario. D. British Columbia. Answer: C. Ontario. Ontario, particularly the Greater Toronto Area, is considered the financial and industrial heartland of Canada. Question 71. What significant change did the Canadian government make to the national anthem in 2018? A. Changed O Canada to O Canada. B. Included both English and French lyrics in every rendition. C. Changed the lyrics from In All Thy Sons Command to In All of Us Command. D. Added a reference to the Indigenous peoples. Answer: C. Changed the lyrics from In All Thy Sons Command to In All of Us Command. The change was made to reflect gender neutrality and inclusivity. Question 72. In which year did Canada legalize recreational cannabis? A. 2001. B. 2015. C. 2018. D. 2020. Answer: C. 2018. Canada legalized the recreational use of cannabis on October 17, 2018 with the Cannabis Act. Question 73. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, which replaced NAFTA, came into effect in what year? A. 2018. B. 2019. C. 2020. D. 2021. Answer: C. 2020. The USMCA came into effect on July 1, 2020, after all three countries completed their ratification processes. Question 74. The historic apology to the Indigenous peoples for residential schools was delivered by which Canadian Prime Minister? A. Justin Trudeau. B. Stephen Harper. C. Paul Martin. D. Jean Chrétien. Answer: B. Stephen Harper. On June 11, 2008, Prime Minister Stephen Harper issued a formal apology on behalf of the Canadian government for the residential school system. Question 75. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Canada implemented which financial support program for individuals? A. Employment insurance reform. B. Universal basic income. C. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB. D. The Canadian Pandemic Pay Program. Answer: C. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB. CERB provided financial support to employed and self-employed Canadians affected by the pandemic. Question 76. Which international organization did Canada help to found in 1945? A. The League of Nations. B. The United Nations. C. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. D. The Group of Seven, G7. Answer: B. The United Nations. Canada was among the original member countries that founded the United Nations in 1945, following the end of World War II. Question 77. In which peacekeeping mission did Canada play a significant role by pioneering the concept of peacekeeping during the Suez Crisis of 1956? A. United Nations Emergency Force, UNEF. B. NATO peacekeeping in Kosovo. C. The African Union Mission in Sudan. D. The International Security Assistance Force in Afghanistan. Answer: A. United Nations Emergency Force, UNEF. Canada, under Lester B. Pearson's leadership, proposed the first ever large-scale peacekeeping mission, UNEF, during the Suez Crisis. Question 78. Who was the Canadian Prime Minister during the signing of the Kyoto Protocol in 1997? A. Pierre Trudeau. B. Brian Mulroney. C. Jean Chrétien. D. Stephen Harper. Answer: C. Jean Chrétien. Jean Chrétien was the Prime Minister of Canada when the Kyoto Protocol, an international treaty on climate change, was signed. Question 79. What global event did Canada host in Vancouver in 2010? A. The World Expo. B. The Summer Olympics. C. The Winter Olympics. D. The FIFA World Cup. Answer: C. The Winter Olympics. Canada hosted the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, showcasing the country on the international stage. Question 80. Canada is part of which significant trade agreement that was renegotiated and came into effect in 2020? A. The Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. B. The Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA. C. The Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, USMA. D. The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC. Answer: C. The Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, USMA. USMA, also known as the USMCA, is the trade agreement that replaced NAFTA and came into effect on July 1, 2020. Question 81. How often are federal elections held in Canada? A. Every 3 years. B. Every 4 years. C. Every 5 years. D. On the Prime Minister's request. Answer: C. Every 5 years. By law, an election is called at least every 5 years in Canada, but the Prime Minister can request the Governor-General to call an election at any time within that period. Question 82. What is the minimum voting age for federal elections in Canada? A. 16. B. 18. C. 21. D. 25. Answer: B. 18. The minimum voting age for federal elections in Canada is 18 years old. Question 83. Which entity is responsible for overseeing federal elections in Canada? A. The Canadian Parliament. B. Elections Canada. C. The Prime Minister's Office. D. The Supreme Court of Canada. Answer: B. Elections Canada. Elections Canada is an independent body set up by Parliament to oversee federal elections and referendums. Question 84. In Canada's federal elections, what voting system is used to elect members of Parliament, MPs? A. Proportional representation. B. Single transferable vote. C. First past the post. D. mixed-member proportional representation. Answer C. First past the post. Canada uses the first past the post system, where the candidate with the most votes in a riding wins a seat in the House of Commons. Question 85. When a Canadian voter cannot vote on election day, what alternative method can they use to cast their vote? A. Proxy voting. B. Online voting. C. Mail-in ballot. D. Telephone voting. Answer C. Mail-in ballot. Canadian voters who cannot vote on election day or at advance polls can vote by mail-in ballot. Question 86. Which political party formed the official opposition in the House of Commons after the 2019 federal election? A. The Liberal Party. B. The Conservative Party. C. The New Democratic Party. NDP. D. The Bloc Québécois. Answer B. The Conservative Party. Following the 2019 federal election, the Conservative Party formed the official opposition in the House of Commons. Question 87. What is the primary role of political parties during federal elections in Canada? A. To oversee the electoral process. B. To nominate candidates for the Prime Minister position. C. To provide voters with different platforms and policies to choose from. D. To manage the distribution of seats in the Senate. Answer C. To provide voters with different platforms and policies to choose from. Political parties in Canada offer a range of political choices and field candidates for election to the House of Commons. Question 88. When was the Green Party of Canada first established? A. 1980. B. 1983. C. 1993. D. 2000. Answer B. 1983. The Green Party of Canada was established in 1983, advocating for environmental issues and sustainable development. Question 89. Which Canadian political party is traditionally known for its social democratic and progressive policies? A. The Conservative Party. B. The Liberal Party. C. The New Democratic Party. NDP. D. The People's Party. Answer C. The New Democratic Party. NDP. The NDP is known for its social democratic and progressive stance in Canadian politics. Question 90. Which political party in Canada is focused on promoting the interests of the province of Quebec at the federal level? A. The Quebec Liberal Party. B. The Parti Québécois. C. The Bloc Québécois. D. The Quebec Solidarity Party. Answer C. The Bloc Québécois. The Bloc Québécois is a federal political party that promotes Quebec nationalism and the interests of Quebecers in the House of Commons. Question 91. Who is eligible to vote in Canadian federal elections? A. Any resident of Canada over the age of 16. B. Any citizen of Canada over the age of 18. C. Any person living in Canada, regardless of citizenship. D. Any Commonwealth citizen residing in Canada. Answer B. Any citizen of Canada over the age of 18. Canadian citizens who are 18 years of age or older on election day are eligible to vote. Question 92. What is required for a Canadian citizen to vote in a federal election? A. A driver's license only. B. A voter registration card only. C. Proof of identity and address. D. A Canadian passport only. Answer C. Proof of identity and address. Voters need to prove their identity and address to vote in federal elections, which can be done with various forms of ID. Question 93. How can Canadian citizens living abroad vote in federal elections? A. They cannot vote while abroad. B. By traveling back to Canada to vote. C. Through a proxy appointed by them. D. By mail-in ballot after registering with Elections Canada. Answer D. by mail-in ballot after registering with Elections Canada. Canadian citizens living abroad can vote by mail if they register in advance with Elections Canada. Question 94. What does the term voter suppression refer to? A. Encouraging people to vote. B. Actions that lead to fewer people voting. C. The act of counting votes. D. Publishing the results of an election. Answer. B. Actions that lead to fewer people voting. Voter suppression involves any strategy that discourages or prevents people from exercising their right to vote. Question 95. What responsibility do employers in Canada have on Election Day? A. They must give employees the day off with pay. B. They must provide a workplace polling station. C. They must allow employees time to vote if their work schedule conflicts with voting hours. D. They are not required to do anything special on Election Day. Answer. C. They must allow employees time to vote if their work schedule conflicts with voting hours. By law, employers must ensure that employees have 3 consecutive hours to vote on Election Day. Question 96. How many seats are there in the House of Commons of Canada? A. 308. B. 338. C. 350. D. 400. Answer. B. 338. The House of Commons of Canada has 338 seats. Question 97. Who is the head of government in Canada? A. The Queen. B. The Governor-General. C. The Prime Minister. D. The Chief Justice. Answer. C. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the head of government in Canada. Question 98. What is the primary role of the Senate in Canada? A. To create laws. B. To enforce laws. C. To review and give sober second thought to legislation. D. To elect the Prime Minister. Answer. C. To review and give sober second thought to legislation. The Senate acts as a chamber of revision and reflection on legislation passed by the House of Commons. Question 99. Which of the following is a duty of the Speaker of the House of Commons? A. To represent a riding as an MP. B. To preside over debates and maintain order. C. To pass judgment on legal disputes. D. To command the Canadian Armed Forces. Answer. B. To preside over debates and maintain order. The Speaker's role is to manage debates within the House of Commons. Question 100. In Canada, which level of government is directly responsible for health care? A. Federal. B. Provincial/territorial. C. Municipal. D. The monarchy. Answer. B. Provincial/territorial. While the federal government sets and administers principles for the system, the delivery of healthcare is a provincial and territorial responsibility. Question 101. What is the highest court in Canada? A. The Federal Court of Canada. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. C. The Court of Appeal. D. The Provincial Superior Court. Answer. B. The Supreme Court of Canada. The Supreme Court of Canada is the highest court and the final court of appeal in the country. Question 102. What are the 2 legal traditions upon which the Canadian legal system is based? A. Civil law and common law. B. Criminal law and civil law. C. Common law and constitutional law. D. Statutory law and regulatory law. Answer. A. Civil law and common law. Canada's legal system is a bicameral one, with civil law in Quebec and common law in the rest of the country. Question 103. Who appoints judges to the Supreme Court of Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Queen. D. The Minister of Justice. Answer. A. The Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of Canada appoints the justices of the Supreme Court. Question 104. What is the role of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP? A. To declare laws unconstitutional. B. To enforce federal laws across Canada. C. To preside over the Senate. D. To appoint the Governor-General. Answer: B. To enforce federal laws across Canada. The RCMP is the federal and national police service of Canada. Question 105. Who is considered the guardian of the Constitution in Canada? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Supreme Court of Canada. D. The Queen. Answer: C. The Supreme Court of Canada. The Supreme Court plays a key role in interpreting the Constitution and has the authority to strike down laws that violate constitutional limits. Question 106. Who is Canada's head of state? A. The Prime Minister. B. The Governor-General. C. The Queen. D. The President. Answer: C. The Queen. Queen Elizabeth II is Canada's formal head of state. Question 107. What is the role of the Governor-General in the Canadian government? A. To enforce laws. B. To represent the Queen and carry out the duties of the head of state. C. To pass bills into law. D. To lead the military. Answer: B. To represent the Queen and carry out the duties of the head of state. The Governor-General acts on behalf of the Queen in Canada. Question 108. What does the term royal assent refer to? A. The approval of a bill by the Prime Minister. B. The formal signing of a bill into law by the Queen or her representative. C. The election of the Governor-General. D. The Queen's speech during a state visit. Answer: B. The formal signing of a bill into law by the Queen or her representative. Royal assent is the final step required for a parliamentary bill to become law. Question 109. Which of the following is a ceremonial role of the monarchy in Canada? A. Delivering the speech from the throne. B. Drafting legislation. C. Ruling on court cases. D. Creating budgets. Answer: A. Delivering the speech from the throne. The speech from the throne outlines the government's agenda and is delivered by the Governor-General or the Queen. Question 110. During a Canadian federal election, what is the role of the monarchy? A. To campaign for candidates. B. To provide a list of approved candidates. C. To remain neutral and above politics. D. To cast a deciding vote in the event of a tie. Answer: C. To remain neutral and above politics. The monarchy does not get involved in political matters and remains neutral during elections. Question 111. What is federalism in the Canadian context? A. A system where all powers are held by the federal government. B. A system where all powers are divided between municipalities. C. A system that divides powers between the federal and provincial governments. D. A system of direct democracy. Answer: C. A system that divides powers between the federal and provincial governments. Federalism in Canada refers to the division of powers as outlined in the Constitution Act, 1867. Question 112. Which area of jurisdiction is exclusively under the federal government in Canada? A. Education. B. Healthcare. C. Defense. D. Municipalities. Answer: C. Defense. The federal government has exclusive jurisdiction over defense. Question 113. What does the term equalization payments refer to in Canadian federalism? A. Payments made by citizens to both federal and provincial governments. B. Payments from wealthier provinces to the federal government. C. Payments from the federal government to less wealthy provinces to equalize services. D. Payments for international treaties. Answer: C. Payments from the federal government to less wealthy provinces to equalize services. Equalization payments are designed to ensure comparable levels of public services across the provinces. Question 114. Who has the power to amend the Canadian Constitution? A. The Prime Minister alone. B. The Senate alone. C. Both levels of government together, according to the amending formula. D. The Governor-General alone. Answer. C. Both levels of government together, according to the amending formulae. The Constitution can be amended through processes that require the consent of both the federal and provincial governments. Question 115. Which of the following best describes the concept of provincial autonomy? A. Provinces have the right to secede from Canada. B. Provinces can pass legislation in areas of their exclusive jurisdiction. C. Provinces are completely independent of the federal government. D. Provinces have no say in federal matters. Answer. B. Provinces can pass legislation in areas of their exclusive jurisdiction. Provincial autonomy allows provinces to govern within their constitutionally defined areas of responsibility. Question 116. What was the last war fought on Canadian soil? A. World War I. B. World War II. C. The War of 1812. D. The 7 Years' War. Answer. C. The War of 1812. The War of 1812 was the last war fought on Canadian soil involving foreign invasion. Question 117. Which of the following conflicts is known as the first time Canadians fought as a distinct unit? A. The Battle of Vimy Ridge during World War I. B. The Korean War. C. The Gulf War. D. The Boer War. Answer. A. The Battle of Vimy Ridge during World War I. The Battle of Vimy Ridge is notable for the Canadian Corps fighting together as a national unit. Question 118. When was the Canadian Navy established? A. 1867. B. 1910. C. 1939. D. 1968. Answer. B. 1910. The Canadian Navy was formally established in 1910. Question 119. What was Canada's role in the D-Day invasion during World War II? A. Canada provided medical support only. B. Canada was not involved in the D-Day invasion. C. Canadian forces were part of the invasion forces on Juno Beach. D. Canada provided only air support. Answer. C. Canadian forces were part of the invasion forces on Juno Beach. The Canadian military played a significant role in the successful D-Day landings. Question 120. Who was the Canadian military leader known for his role in the Battle of Passchendaele? A. General Arthur Currie. B. General Sir Isaac Brock. C. General Rick Hillier. D. General Andrew McNaughton. Answer. A. General Arthur Currie. General Arthur Currie was a significant figure in World War I, including at Passchendaele. Question 121. What does the maple leaf on the Canadian flag symbolize? A. The military forces of Canada. B. The forest industry of Canada. C. Unity, tolerance, and peace. D. The head of state of Canada. Answer. C. Unity, tolerance, and peace. The maple leaf is a symbol of Canada and represents unity, tolerance, and peace. Question 122. Which province features the fleur-de-lis on its flag? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. Manitoba. Answer. B. Quebec. The flag of Quebec, known as the fleur-de-lis, features 4 white fleur-de-lis on a blue background. Question 123. What animal is depicted on the flag of Nunavut? A. A polar bear. B. A caribou. C. An Inuksuit. D. A raven. Answer A. A polar bear. The flag of Nunavut includes a white silhouette of a polar bear, which represents the wildlife of the territory. Question 124. The flag of which province includes a Union Jack, recognizing its British heritage? A. British Columbia. B. Newfoundland and Labrador. C. Nova Scotia. D. Prince Edward Island. Answer B. Newfoundland and Labrador. The flag of Newfoundland and Labrador features a stylized Union Jack as a nod to the province's British roots. Question 125. Which Canadian emblem is worn to commemorate military personnel who have died in combat? A. The red ensign. B. The poppy. C. The beaver. D. The maple leaf. Answer B. The poppy. The poppy is an emblem of remembrance, worn during the weeks leading up to Remembrance Day in Canada to honor those who died serving in the military. Question 126. What is the title of Canada's national anthem? A. O Canada. B. The Maple Leaf Forever. C. God Save the Queen. D. This Land is Your Land. Answer A. O Canada. O Canada is the national anthem of Canada, officially adopted in 1980. Question 127. When was O Canada first performed? A. 1867. B. 1880. C. 1908. D. 1980. Answer B. 1880. O Canada was first performed on June 24, 1880, in Quebec City. Question 128. Which song serves as the royal anthem of Canada? A. O Canada. B. The Maple Leaf Forever. C. God Save the Queen. D. This Land is Your Land. Answer C. God Save the Queen. God Save the Queen is the royal anthem of Canada, played in the presence of members of the royal family. Question 129. Which of the following songs is often considered an unofficial anthem of English-speaking Canada? A. O Canada. B. The Maple Leaf Forever. C. God Save the Queen. D. This Land is Your Land. Answer B. The Maple Leaf Forever. The Maple Leaf Forever is often regarded as an unofficial anthem in English-speaking Canada due to its historical significance. Question 130. Who wrote the original French lyrics to O Canada? A. Calixa Lavallee. B. Adolphe Basile Routhier. C. Leonard Cohen. D. Dawes Vignault. Answer B. Adolphe Basile Routhier. Adolphe Basile Routhier wrote the original French lyrics to O Canada, while the music was composed by Calixa Lavallee. Question 131. Which Canadian region is predominantly characterized by its vast prairie landscape? A. The Atlantic Provinces. B. Central Canada. C. The Prairie Provinces. D. The Northern Territories. Answer C. The Prairie Provinces. The Prairie Provinces, consisting of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, are known for their vast and fertile prairies. Question 132. What is the longest river in Canada? A. The Yukon River. B. The St. Lawrence River. C. The Mackenzie River. D. The Fraser River. Answer C. The Mackenzie River. The Mackenzie River is the longest river in Canada, flowing through the Northwest Territories to the Arctic Ocean. Question 133. The Canadian Shield is known for which of the following features? A. Rolling hills and fertile soil. B. Large urban centers. C. Rich deposits of minerals and a rocky landscape. D. Abundant prairies and grasslands. Answer C. Rich deposits of minerals and a rocky landscape. The Canadian Shield is a vast geological shield covered by a thin layer of soil with rich mineral deposits and a predominance of rocky landscapes. Question 134. Which region in Canada is known for its significant tides? A. The Great Lakes. B. The Bay of Fundy. C. Hudson Bay. D. The Gulf of St. Lawrence. Answer. B. The Bay of Fundy. The Bay of Fundy, located between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, is famous for having the highest tidal range in the world. Question 135. Canada's highest mountain, Mount Logan, is located in which territory? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. British Columbia. Answer. A. Yukon. Mount Logan, Canada's highest peak, is located in the southwestern part of the Yukon Territory. Question 136. Which is the most populous province in Canada? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. British Columbia. D. Alberta. Answer. A. Ontario. Ontario is the most populous province in Canada, with the largest city being Toronto. Question 137. What is the capital city of Alberta? A. Calgary. B. Edmonton. C. Vancouver. D. Regina. Answer. B. Edmonton. Edmonton is the capital city of Alberta, despite Calgary being the largest city in the province. Question 138. Which territory was the most recent addition to Canada, established in 1999? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer. C. Nunavut. Nunavut was created in April 1999 after being divided from the Northwest Territories. Question 139. Which province is the only officially bilingual province in Canada? A. Quebec. B. New Brunswick. C. Manitoba. D. Ontario. Answer. B. New Brunswick. New Brunswick is the only constitutionally bilingual province in Canada. Question 140. Which Canadian province is the smallest by land area? A. Prince Edward Island. B. Nova Scotia. C. New Brunswick. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer. A. Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province in terms of land area in Canada. Question 141. What is the capital city of Canada? A. Toronto. B. Ottawa. C. Montreal. D. Vancouver. Answer. B. Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada, located in the province of Ontario. Question 142. Which city is known as the Gateway to the Pacific in Canada? A. Calgary. B. Edmonton. C. Vancouver. D. Victoria. Answer. C. Vancouver. Vancouver is often referred to as the Gateway to the Pacific due to its location and significance in trade. Question 143. Which Canadian city is famous for its cultural festivals, including the Edmonton Folk Music Festival? A. Edmonton. B. Halifax. C. Winnipeg. D. Quebec City. Answer. A. Edmonton. Edmonton is known for its rich cultural scene and numerous festivals, including the renowned Edmonton Folk Music Festival. Question 144. In which city is the historic neighborhood of Old Quebec located? A. Montreal. B. Quebec City. C. Ottawa. D. Toronto. Answer. B. Quebec City. Old Quebec is a historic neighborhood located in Quebec City, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Question 145. Which city is the capital of Manitoba and known for its intersection at Portage and Main? A. Winnipeg. B. Saskatoon. C. Regina. D. Thunder Bay. Answer A. Winnipeg. Winnipeg, the capital of Manitoba, is famous for the windy intersection at Portage and Main, one of the most well-known crossroads in Canada. Question 146. What is the primary concern for conservationists in the Alberta tar sands region? A. Overfishing. B. Deforestation. C. Soil erosion. D. Water pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. Answer D. Water pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. The Alberta tar sands are a significant source of oil production, which has raised concerns about water pollution and high levels of greenhouse gas emissions. Question 147. Which species is a focus of conservation efforts in British Columbia due to its dwindling numbers? A. Bald eagle. B. Grizzly bear. C. Spirit bear. D. Orca. Answer C. Spirit bear. The spirit bear, or Kermode bear, a rare subspecies of the American black bear with white fur, is a focus of conservation efforts in British Columbia. Question 148. The process of planting trees on land that has been deforested is known as what? A. Afforestation. B. Reforestation. C. Deforestation. D. Desertification. Answer B. Reforestation. Reforestation is the process of planting trees on land that has been deforested, often for the purpose of restoring an ecosystem. Question 149. What is a significant environmental issue facing the Great Lakes? A. Acid rain. B. Rising temperatures. C. Invasive species. D. Volcanic activity. Answer C. Invasive species. The Great Lakes face several environmental issues, with invasive species like the zebra mussel being a significant concern for disrupting local ecosystems. Question 150. The Canadian Arctic is particularly sensitive to which environmental issue? A. Urban sprawl. B. Climate change. C. Pesticide runoff. D. Overmining. Answer B. Climate change. The Canadian Arctic is experiencing rapid changes due to climate change, affecting wildlife, ecosystems, and indigenous communities. Question 151. Which Canadian waterway is famously known for its historic role as a fur trade route? A. The Columbia River. B. The St. Lawrence River. C. The Hudson Bay. D. The Mackenzie River. Answer B. The St. Lawrence River. Historically, the St. Lawrence River was a critical route for the fur trade and European exploration of Canada. Question 152. The extensive group of freshwater lakes known as the Great Lakes is shared between Canada and which other country? A. The United States. B. Russia. C. France. D. Denmark. Answer A. The United States. The Great Lakes are shared by Canada and the United States, forming the largest group of freshwater lakes on Earth by total area. Question 153. What is the primary purpose of the Confederation Bridge that spans the Abegweit Passage of Northumberland Strait? A. Military operations. B. Oil transportation. C. Connecting Prince Edward Island to mainland New Brunswick. D. Fishing activities. Answer C. Connecting Prince Edward Island to mainland New Brunswick. The Confederation Bridge serves to connect Prince Edward Island with mainland New Brunswick, facilitating transport and commerce. Question 154. What is the name of the extensive series of locks, canals, and channels that connect the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean? A. The Panama Canal. B. The Erie Canal. C. The St. Lawrence Seaway. D. The Northwest Passage. Answer C. The St. Lawrence Seaway. The St. Lawrence Seaway is a system of locks, canals, and channels that allows ships to traverse from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. Question 155. Lake Winnipeg, the sixth largest freshwater lake in Canada, is located in which province? A. Alberta. B. Ontario. C. Manitoba. D. Saskatchewan. Answer C. Manitoba. Lake Winnipeg is located in the province of Manitoba and is known for its commercial fishery and recreational importance. Question 156. Which Canadian province is the largest producer of oil and natural gas? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. Alberta. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Alberta. Alberta is Canada's largest producer of oil and natural gas, largely due to the oil sands found in the province. Question 157. What natural resource is the Canadian province of Saskatchewan a leading exporter of? A. Diamonds. B. Uranium. C. Timber. D. Coal. Answer B. Uranium. Saskatchewan is one of the world's largest exporters of uranium, used primarily as fuel in nuclear power plants. Question 158. Which region of Canada is known for its significant mining of precious metals, such as gold and diamonds? A. The Prairie Provinces. B. The Atlantic Provinces. C. The Canadian Shield. D. The Great Lakes region. Answer C. The Canadian Shield. The Canadian Shield, particularly in the northern regions, is known for its mining of precious metals and diamonds. Question 159. Canada is one of the world's largest suppliers of softwood lumber, primarily harvested from which type of forest? A. Tropical rainforests. B. Boreal forests. C. Deciduous forests. D. Cloud forests. Answer B. Boreal forests. The vast boreal forests across Canada provide a significant portion of the world's supply of softwood lumber. Question 160. The Athabasca oil sands are located in which Canadian province? A. Manitoba. B. Alberta. C. Ontario. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer B. Alberta. The Athabasca oil sands are a large deposit of bitumen or extremely heavy crude oil, located in northeastern Alberta. Question 161. What industry is often referred to as the backbone of the Canadian economy due to its historical and ongoing significance? A. Automotive. B. Technology. C. Forestry. D. Fishing. Answer C. Forestry. The forestry industry has been historically significant and continues to be a backbone of the Canadian economy, contributing to jobs, trade, and the production of paper and wood products. Question 162. Which Canadian city is known as the financial capital and one of the leading financial centers in the Americas? A. Vancouver. B. Toronto. C. Montreal. D. Calgary. Answer B. Toronto. Toronto is recognized as the financial capital of Canada, home to the Toronto Stock Exchange and the headquarters of major banks and financial institutions. Question 163. Canada's technology industry has seen significant growth, particularly in which sector known as the Silicon Valley of the North? A. Ottawa's Telecom Corridor. B. Montreal's AI Research Hub. C. Vancouver's Clean Tech. D. Toronto Waterloo's Tech Corridor. Answer D. Toronto Waterloo's Tech Corridor. The Toronto-Waterloo region is often referred to as the Silicon Valley of the North due to its dense concentration of tech companies and startups. Question 164. The Canadian province of Alberta has seen economic growth due to which resource? A. Copper. B. Oil sands. C. Wind energy. D. Fisheries. Answer B. Oil sands. Alberta has experienced significant economic growth due to the development of the oil sands, which are a major source of crude oil. Question 165. What sector is a major driver of growth in the economy of Atlantic Canada? A. Space exploration. B. Information technology. C. Aquaculture and fishing. D. Automobile manufacturing. Answer C. Aquaculture and fishing. The aquaculture and fishing industries are important economic drivers in Atlantic Canada, leveraging the region's extensive coastline and maritime history. Question 166. Which trade agreement includes Canada, the United States, and Mexico? A. European Union, EU. B. United Nations, UN. C. North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. D. Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. Answer C. North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. NAFTA is the trade agreement that includes Canada, the United States, and Mexico, aimed at reducing trading costs, increasing business investment, and helping North America be more competitive in the global marketplace. Question 167. As of the latest revisions, what is the new name of the agreement that replaced NAFTA? A. CUSMA. Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement. B. CANMEX. C. APEC. Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. D. CAFTA. Central America Free Trade Agreement. Answer A. CUSMA. Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement. The new trade agreement replacing NAFTA is called CUSMA, also known as USMCA in the United States and TMEC in Mexico. Question 168. Which country is Canada's largest trading partner? A. China. B. United Kingdom. C. United States. D. Japan. Answer C. United States. The United States is Canada's largest trading partner, with the two countries sharing one of the world's largest trading relationships. Question 169. What is one of the primary exports from Canada to other countries? A. Electronics. B. Automobiles. C. Textiles. D. Crude oil. Answer D. Crude oil. Crude oil is one of Canada's primary exports, with the country being one of the top exporters of oil in the world. Question 170. Which Canadian province is a leader in exporting hydroelectricity? A. Alberta. B. Saskatchewan. C. Quebec. D. British Columbia. Answer C. Quebec. Quebec is a leader in exporting hydroelectricity due to its vast water resources and investment in hydroelectric power generation. Question 171. What are the two official languages of Canada? A. English and Spanish. B. English and French. C. French and Spanish. D. English and Mandarin. Answer B. English and French. Canada is officially bilingual, with English and French recognized as official languages at the federal level. Question 172. In which Canadian province is French the only official language? A. Quebec. B. Ontario. C. Alberta. D. Manitoba. Answer A. Quebec. Quebec is the only Canadian province where French is the sole official language. Question 173. Which Canadian territory recognizes Inuktitut as an official language alongside English and French? A. Yukon. B. Northwest Territories. C. Nunavut. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. Answer C. Nunavut. Inuktitut is recognized as an official language in Nunavut, along with English and French. Question 174. The revitalization of which Indigenous language is seen in the educational systems of some Canadian provinces? A. Cree. B. Ojibwe. C. Mohawk. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. Efforts are underway in various parts of Canada to revitalize Indigenous languages like Cree, Ojibwe, and Mohawk, including their incorporation into educational curricula. Question 175. Canada's policy of multiculturalism supports the use of multiple languages. Which of these languages is not one of the most spoken at home? A. Mandarin. B. Punjabi. C. Portuguese. D. Russian. Answer: D. Russian. While Russian is spoken in Canada, Mandarin, Punjabi, and Portuguese are among the most common languages spoken at home besides English and French. Question 176. Who is considered the national poet of Canada, often called the Bard of the Yukon? A. Margaret Atwood. B. Leonard Cohen. C. Robert Service. D. Michael Ondach. Answer: C. Robert Service. Robert Service is renowned for his poems about the Yukon during the time of the Klondike Gold Rush and is affectionately known as the Bard of the Yukon. Question 177. Which Canadian writer won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013? A. Alice Munro. B. Margaret Atwood. C. Saul Bellow. D. Anne Carson. Answer: A. Alice Munro. Alice Munro, known for her masterful short stories, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013. Question 178. The group of 7 were Canadian artists famous for painting which type of landscapes? A. Urban landscapes. B. Canadian wilderness landscapes. C. European countryside landscapes. D. Abstract landscapes. Answer: B. Canadian wilderness landscapes. The group of 7 is well known for their paintings that capture the raw beauty of the Canadian wilderness. Question 179. Which First Nations artist is known for bringing the visual symbols and stories of the Haida people to the world's attention? A. Daphne Adjik. B. Norval Morrisseau. C. Bill Reid. D. Emily Carr. Answer: C. Bill Reid. Bill Reid played a key role in the modern-day renaissance of Haida art and is noted for his sculptures, jewelry, and graphic works. Question 180. Anne of Green Gables, a novel set in Prince Edward Island, was written by which Canadian author? A. L. M. Montgomery. B. Farley Mowat. C. Alice Munro. D. Robertson Davies. Answer: A. L. M. Montgomery. Lucy Maud Montgomery wrote the famous Canadian novel Anne of Green Gables, set in the pastoral landscape of Prince Edward Island. Question 181. Which sport is considered the national winter sport of Canada? A. Ice hockey. B. Curling. C. Lacrosse. D. Basketball. Answer: A. Ice hockey. Ice hockey is considered the national winter sport of Canada and is immensely popular across the country. Question 182. In which Canadian city were the 2010 Winter Olympics held? A. Toronto. B. Calgary. C. Vancouver. D. Montreal. Answer: C. Vancouver. The 2010 Winter Olympics were held in Vancouver, British Columbia. Question 183. Which Canadian is known as the Great One in ice hockey? A. Mario Lemieux. B. Sidney Crosby. C. Wayne Gretzky. D. Gordie Howe. Answer: C. Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is often referred to as the Great One and is considered one of the greatest hockey players of all time. Question 184. What is the name of the championship trophy awarded annually to the National Hockey League, NHL, playoff winner? A. The Grey Cup. B. The Stanley Cup. C. The Vince Lombardi Trophy. D. The Commissioner's Trophy. Answer. B. The Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup is awarded to the NHL playoff winner each year. Question 185. Which of the following activities is famous in the Canadian Rocky Mountains? A. Surfing. B. Skydiving. C. Skiing and snowboarding. D. Bull riding. Answer. C. Skiing and snowboarding. The Canadian Rocky Mountains are renowned for their skiing and snowboarding resorts. Question 186. What is a traditional Canadian dish made with French fries, cheese curds, and gravy? A. Butter tart. B. Tourtière. C. Poutine. D. Naning au bar. Answer. C. Poutine. Poutine is a dish originating from Quebec and consists of French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Question 187. Which Canadian province is known for its lobster fisheries? A. Alberta. B. Quebec. C. Nova Scotia. D. Ontario. Answer. C. Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is well known for its lobster fisheries and is a significant source of this seafoodie. Question 188. The Kaiser is a cocktail that originated in Canada and typically includes which ingredient? A. Tomato juice. B. Clamato juice. C. Pineapple juice. D. Grapefruit juice. Answer. B. Clamato juice. The Kaiser is a cocktail made with vodka, Clamato juice, hot sauce, and Worcestershire sauce, and it was invented in Calgary, Alberta. Question 189. What is the name of the sweet, deep-fried pastry that is often topped with powdered sugar and is a popular treat at Canadian fairs? A. Cronut. B. Beaver tails. C. Churros. D. Timbits. Answer. B. Beaver tails. Beaver tails, known for their resemblance to the tail of a beaver, are a popular pastry in Canada. Question 190. Maple syrup is synonymous with Canada. Which province is the largest producer of maple syrup? A. Ontario. B. Quebec. C. British Columbia. D. Alberta. Answer. B. Quebec. Quebec is the largest producer of maple syrup, not just in Canada, but in the world. Question 191. What is the primary role of the Canadian Armed Forces? A. Law enforcement within Canadian cities. B. Protecting Canada's sovereignty and national security. C. Managing Canadian wildlife reserves. D. Conducting scientific research in the Arctic. Answer. B. Protecting Canada's sovereignty and national security. The Canadian Armed Forces are responsible for the defense of Canada and its interests, protecting its sovereignty, and participating in international security efforts. Question 192. Which organization is responsible for Canada's domestic security and intelligence? A. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP. B. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSIS. C. National Defence and the Canadian Forces, DND/TAF. D. Canadian Coast Guard, CCG. Answer. B. Canadian Security Intelligence Service, CSS. CSS is responsible for protecting Canada's national security interests and safeguarding its citizens from threats. Question 193. What is NORAD? A. National Organization for Research and Development. B. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. C. North American Aerospace Defense Command. D. Naval Operations and Reconnaissance Agency. Answer: C. North American Aerospace Defense Command. NORAD is a binational organization between Canada and the United States tasked with the aerospace warning and control for North America. Question 194. What is the name of Canada's elite special operations military unit? A. The Royal 22nd Regiment. B. Joint Task Force 2, GTF-2. C. The Canadian Rangers. D. The Governor General's Horse Guards. Answer: B. Joint Task Force 2, GTF-2. GTF-2 is the elite special operations force of the Canadian Armed Forces, responsible for a range of missions including counterterrorism. Question 195. When was the Department of National Defence established in Canada? A. 1867. B. 1922. C. 1949. D. 1968. Answer: B. 1922. The Department of National Defense was created in 1922 through the merging of the Departments of Militia and Defense, the Naval Service, and the Air Board. Question 196. What piece of legislation governs the Canadian Security Intelligence Service? A. The Anti-Terrorism Act. B. The CSIS Act. C. The National Defence Act. D. The Security of Canada Information Sharing Act. Answer: B. The CSIS Act. The Canadian Security Intelligence Service Act is the legislation that established CSIS in 1984 and outlines its powers and responsibilities. Question 197. Which of the following is a primary objective of Canada's national security policy? A. Promoting economic prosperity through espionage. B. Engaging in covert operations worldwide. C. Protecting citizens and Canadian interests at home and abroad. D. Establishing military bases in foreign countries. Answer: C. Protecting citizens and Canadian interests at home and abroad. Canada's national security policy focuses on the protection of its citizens and interests from threats such as terrorism, espionage, and cyber attacks. Question 198. What is the Defense Policy Review? A. A procedure to recruit more personnel into the military. B. An annual sports competition between different military branches. C. A comprehensive examination of Canada's defense policies and capabilities. D. A budgeting process for defense spending. Answer: C. A comprehensive examination of Canada's defense policies and capabilities. The Defense Policy Review is a periodic assessment to ensure that Canada's military is properly equipped and prepared to face current and future challenges. Question 199. How does the Canadian Armed Forces contribute to international security? A. By providing financial aid only. B. Through cultural exchange programs. C. By participating in peacekeeping and humanitarian missions. D. Through exporting military equipment. Answer: C. By participating in peacekeeping and humanitarian missions. The Canadian Armed Forces contribute to global security by participating in various international operations, including peacekeeping and humanitarian assistance. Question 200. What is the Integrated Terrorism Assessment Center, ITAC? A. A training facility for counter-terrorism units. B. A think tank for developing military strategies. C. An agency responsible for assessing and analyzing terrorist threats. D. A public awareness program on national security. Answer: C. An agency responsible for assessing and analyzing terrorist threats. ITAC is a Canadian government agency that provides assessments on terrorist threats to Canada's national security.